Hi everyone, Little Prepper Lady here. Today is Tuesday, May 7th, 2019, and I kind of wanted to come on today and talk to everybody about social media. Um, More importantly, the effects that social media is having not only on us as a society, but what it's doing to our children. Um, the biggest thing is I have three kids myself. So I have two teenage daughters and then I have a preteen son. And they're on social media all the time. Each one of them have a phone. They have access to, every single app that's out there. And I monitor as a parent, what my kids are doing on there. I follow all of their social media accounts and I make sure that I have their passwords and access to it so that I can make sure that they're not doing anything that they shouldn't be doing. But that's not the case with most people. Most kids nowadays are living in houses where both of their parents are either working, not around, addicted to drugs, alcohol, whatever the case may be. Society as a whole is not the family unit that it used to be. So these kids are basically raising themselves. And just a little bit of a statistic here, you're not fully developed until you hit the age of 25. So everything that a child up until that point experiences, whether it's something that they hear, they see, they read, anything, that's influencing and shaping who they're going to become as an adult. And now that everything is out in the open and everything is social media wise, that's making everything worse in my aspect. I want to hear your comments. I want to know how you feel, social media is affecting, not only us as a culture and as a society, but our youth in particular. When it comes to social media, people can do whatever they want. They can get behind a keyboard and talk a way that they would not normally talk face to face with people in person. And as a society, we've really lost that ability to sit down and have a wholesome, real conversation with another individual. And as adults, we're even struggling with that. I've seen so many people not even be able to carry on a conversation without having a different view and causing an argument. So social media is bad in that aspect because we're all becoming closed off. And that's honestly what, the bigger picture of all of this is. In my opinion, they want us closed off. They don't want us to be able to get together and have a meaningful conversation and debate things in person and have different opinions. They want everybody to follow a narrative and go along that path. When it comes to children, they're grown now with social media. That's all they know. So if you're not instilling those good qualities in your kids from a young age on how to have a conversation, how to be away from social media and have person to person interactions, go out in the sunshine. I mean, it's hard to do that today because it's pouring here like always. But go outside, have fun, be a kid, do those kind of things, get off the video games, get off of social media, and go enjoy an actual friendship with a real person face to face. Are you going to have issues? Absolutely. Are you going to have as many issues as you have on social media? No. People get behind this computer and it's almost like they're split personality. The bad in them comes out behind a computer screen. And that's more so for kids who don't have a voice at home, who feel like they're not loved. They don't have somebody that cares about them enough to be able to express how they feel to their parents, to their siblings, to a friend, to anybody. So they go on social media and instead of trying to look in within themselves because they don't have that guidance to know to do that, they're taking it out on other people. They're taking it out on friends, on family, on strangers. And there's been a huge increase since the blow up of social media in depression in children, anxiety, which in turn, is also another reason that they're pushing all of this. That's making tons of money for pharmaceutical companies because all of these kids are now on antidepressants. They're on anti-anxiety medications. They're going to see psychiatrists and psychologists all the time because they can't cope with what's going on in their world, and their world is behind a screen and a keyboard. or a cell phone. I always have my cell phone with me, always, no matter where I go. But if I leave it at home, it's not the end of the world. And sometimes I do it intentionally because I just don't want to deal with it. Kids now, they die if they don't have their phones. They're freaking out. I can't find my phone. I can't find my phone. It's okay. It's just a phone. You don't need to be on Instagram every 5 seconds and see what everybody's doing. You don't need to be on Facebook. You don't need to be snapping everybody. Have a conversation with somebody. That's how you communicate. Not this way. This isn't a communication. I mean, it's great to be able to network and get out there and get your ideas out there and talk to people that you don't normally see on a daily basis. But you shouldn't be Snapchatting somebody that's sitting 5 feet away from you. Put your phone down, have a conversation. And these kids aren't being taught that. So all of these negative things are on the rise because that's all they know and they're not being taught a different way. I read a story the other day. A 9-year-old child was being bullied and he committed suicide. 9 years old. I want to know what was going on in his head that he felt, or in his life situation, that he felt so helpless that the only way that he could get out of that situation was to end his life at 9 years old. I would not be able to handle that as a parent. I would be absolutely devastated if anything happened to one of my children, an accident or otherwise. But for them to take their own life because somebody made a bad comment about them online that they probably didn't even know. I tell my kids every day, they'll come crying to me. Oh, this person said this about me. This person said that about me. What do you care what they think? Why? What? What are they going to do? Are they going to pay your bills when you get older? Are they going to, take care of your kids and take care of your house for you? No, they're completely irrelevant. There's no need to get upset because somebody feels bad about themselves and they don't know how to handle it. So instead of trying to dig deep and find a way to solve their own inner issues, they take it out on other people. Those are not people that you want to be around. Those are not people that you want to communicate with. And I teach my children that. And that's what happens in this society is these parents are not able to sit down and have a meaningful conversation with their kids and explain this is how people act online because of how they are on the inside. They hate themselves. They don't love themselves, or they don't feel like they are loved in their house, their home, their situation, wherever they are. They don't have that love. They don't have that ability to learn different techniques to deal with, anxiety or depression or anything like that. They're on their own and they don't know any better. And those types of people, and I teach my kids, and this is something I hope everybody else out there can start doing, is teach your kids that that's not important. What's important is family, yourself, taking care of what you need to take care of. And I tell my kids all the time, and I'm sure this is probably something that a lot of you have experienced as well, all those preppy, popular people in school. I was not popular in school. Nobody talked to me, and that was fine. I had my small group of friends, and I just did my thing. Those people, you look back now, 20 years after you've graduated, and you go, you did nothing with your life. You were so awesome in school, and everybody thought you were the greatest. What are you doing now? You're not doing anything with your life. Those people do that because they're unhappy with themselves. And I want to get your feedback. I want to know how you feel about this situation. I'm worried. This is our future. These children are our future. They're going to be the ones that are going to be here long after we are gone. So if they're not able to have a conversation, what's the world going to look like in 20 years, 30 years, 50 years? When we're not here and they are we going to have just nothing but everybody all around? Or are we going to teach our kids that having a normal conversation and being a human being and have love and empathy for other people is an important thing? And I think that's the biggest thing to take away from all of this is, yes, you're not going to be able to get them to stop social media completely. It's just the age that we live in. but we can teach them that this is the real world. And on here, that's not the real world. This is the real world. So leave your comments in the link below. I want to hear what you have to say about how social media is affecting all of us, especially our youth. And I also want to let you know everything happens for a reason. So if you're going through a hard time or a good time, it's for a reason. There is a reason for whatever it is that you're going through. Never, ever lose sight of the future, okay? Never. Forget about the past. Live in the now, because tomorrow is not guaranteed. We could not be here tomorrow. You have no idea what's going to happen. So live in the now, think about the future, and forget about the past. All right, that's all for now, guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.